Gail. We're here.
We're here. We're here. We're
We're
live.
here. And nobody else is, but we're okay.
Yeah, because they thought this wasn't going to happen. But it is going to happen, even if we have to wait on the questions for another time.
Yeah, exactly. We
I'll
got
just-
somebody watching. I'm not sure who.
Hello, hello. And
Whoever you are, hello.
to whoever's watching it in the replay, we appreciate you.
Yeah, yeah.
The
I am
replay
going
team
to.
is the best. I like to do replays on my TV.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's fun.
Run lives and stuff on there for people.
Yes.
Hello, Nancy. Nancy, just to double check.
Nancy.
Just to double check, Nancy, you didn't text me earlier, right? Did you text me earlier by chance? And what state are you in?
Hello, Jan. Hello, Bella's Whisper Farmstead. Welcome in.
Bella. Welcome in. Yeah, I got kind of a mysterious text earlier, and I'm trying to find the find who it was, because whoever you did see, it was Nancy. See, I went ahead and programmed you, so now I know who you are when you text me. Hello, Heather, Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. I didn't get all my links put in from my last phone change, but guess what? It's already time for another phone change. I think this time I'm going to see if they can just download contacts only.
Yeah.
I like to start out with a fresh new phone that doesn't have all of your past things in it. That's just me personally. I like a fresh memory, not already filled up with all the things.
Interesting. Hey, Heather, how are you? Did you get over to, were you going over to the university? Did you get over there? Did you have fun? Hey, Bud Files. This has been interesting today. We, our guest Blue, she's in the UK. We were so excited to have her and talk with her, and we couldn't go live. There was a problem with YouTube streaming.
Yeah.
Software. It wasn't necessarily them, because both Gail and I were able to do a live stream using the YouTube live, but not with the StreamYard. So that's why we're an hour behind.
Does it show? Well, it must. I was going to say, does it show me live right now? But it does.
Hey, yeah. Tammy, Mountain Grandma, welcome in.
Thank you to you guys who shared this on your community tab. We definitely appreciate it. We kind of had to do a little restart today. So I have some chicken in the crock pot with some Alfredo sauce and a few other added things to it. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put that over rice or over pasta. I haven't decided between rice or pasta. Hello, P&J's.
I don't think that you can go wrong with either one of those choices.
And then I thought I might put some broccoli on the side.
I did that the other night. I made broccoli.
Yep. So broccoli, I always have broccoli in the freezer.
Everything is such a mess right now where I'm sitting. I need to find my pin. So there it is. I moved everything around.
Yeah, that's kind of what I had in my mind originally was rice, but then I kind of faltered and said, "Ooh, maybe I should do pasta."
Yeah.
No rice, no pasta. But yeah, rice kind of sounds really good.
Thanks for all of those who've come back too.
Yes, we
really appreciate that.
A little bit of technical difficulties, a little rough start today. Okay, this is my favorite joke of the ones I found. Okay. Why are helium? Wait. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Let me start over. Why are helium, corinium, and barium the medical elements? Because if you can't heal them or cure them, you can bury them.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? That's so funny.
I thought that was cute. Thought that was, not that I'm necessarily a science person, but it's funny. I do watch some shows where they do that. Like
that is so funny. I have one Why did the student wait? Why did the student eat his homework? Because his teacher told him it was a piece of cake.
Funny. Cute.
Yep. You have another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Did you hear I'm reading a book about anti-gravity?
No.
I can't put it down.
That was a cute one. Oh, hey, Forever. Is that Goslin? Goslin?
Forever Goslin 3004. Welcome in.
New person. I've never seen that person before.
Either. I don't know if they're on your chat or my chat, but either way.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. Okay. What did the mayonnaise say to the refrigerator? Close the door. I'm dressing.
Oh, no.
Do you have another one? Or how many do you have today? I have 3.
4.
Okay, go for it.
Want to hear a potassium joke?
Yes.
K. That's it. K. I was like, that's so stupid.
So why are you? You're making me laugh.
I had to write it down. I was like,
because K
that's
is
what
the
it stands for. Yeah,
yes,
I know.
Yes.
I guess I must have got in a science-y section.
You've been hanging around Joe too much.
I've been looking at. I guess I got in a dad jokes.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
Why can't you trust an atom?
I know this joke.
Why can't you trust an atom? Because they make everything up.
That's funny. Here's my last one. What did the mother ghost tell the baby ghost when he ate too fast? Stop gobbling your food.
Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Gobbling your food. That's cute. I read them and ones that make me go, those are the ones I usually write down. Like, oh my
goodness. Or just make you just crack up for no reason.
Yeah.
It just, for some reason that one about potassium or whatever, K, really got you today.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like K. I was like, wow, that's the punchline is a letter.
Yeah. K. Yeah. I'm glad we crack you up, Jan, because that's our goal. Just to be funny and have fun. Hey, 49 and more, welcome in.
Hi, Jerry.
So last week we talked about our pantry and pantry staples, and we all had similar, but there were a few different things, that we thought we should have.
Yes.
In our pantry, things that I certainly could add to my pantry from your list. So, which is going to lead us into this topic. And I don't know how many times we're going to do this. Maybe it'll be a series the next couple of weeks. I don't know. Gail and I haven't talked about that much. We're just doing today.
Yeah, do today. Yeah, I did two pages of homework and a note card.
I know. Me too.
Like, man, I worked so hard to get everything together for today, and
you and me both, and that's okay.
Problems. I was like, I'm saving my homework if I can't use it for today. So
yeah. So we're gonna start talking about meal planning and the benefits of it.
I'm going to go get a quick visual aid. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about. In what ways does meal planning help? Even if you're one of those people who don't really meal plan or wants to do it and doesn't think maybe they have enough time, or maybe the whole thing of meal planning is really overwhelming. We're going to hopefully help break it down on reasons why, and maybe together we can help each other and support each other to meal plan if we don't do it already, but maybe start meal planning a little bit more in our life. So I know both Gail and I have reasons why to meal plan, so I'm interested to hear, Gail, what you have on the reasons why we should meal plan.
So the benefits of meal planning that I wrote down, saving money because you're not rebuying things that you already have. Like when I did my freezer clean out, I realized I had 3 things of Canadian bacon. When I did my craft room clean out, I realized I had 4 rows of clear tape. So it's just things I didn't have to buy because I had it.
Yeah.
And if we would continually go through a process of decluttering, we wouldn't be rebuying things we already have.
Right.
So that's one of them. Also, it's less stressful if you have a menu planned, and yours can change every week.
I have that down as well, Gail.
But I also have this. This is my Plant Paradox. You can hardly see it.
Yep.
Meal plan. So it goes Sunday through Saturday, and Sunday is pizza, Monday is meatloaf or spaghetti, Tuesday is Taco Tuesday, and I wrote down Wacky Wednesday. So I either do stir fry or barbecue chicken. I also wrote down omelet because the Plant Paradox is, likes the omelet thing. Thursdays I do chicken Caesar salad. Fridays I do fish because it's easy to remember Fish Friday. And then I wrote down even some sides. And then on Saturdays, the goal was to try to do some kind of chef salad with without meat.
Okay, good. Good.
I haven't always followed that Saturday perfectly because you never know where you're going to be on weekend, but that's my basic menu. And that helps. I can go to my grocery list and find this stuff. Now I have one day where it's kind of open and I can pick a few things off that list.
Yeah. Well,
as long as I have this stuff, I try to follow this plan. And also hubby, when he comes home, he's like, oh, what do we have for dinner?
Right.
He's like, oh yeah, it's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. So
yeah. Hey, we got some new friends in. Why don't we go ahead and say hello?
And has magnets on the back to have on my refrigerator.
Nice, Gail. I like that. That's very nice. And it's bright so you can see it.
Yeah. Hello, Rudy. Hello, Rob's Allotment Gardening. Welcome in.
Welcome in, guys. Hope you're well. So here's one of the reasons that I listed for meal planning. 1, nutrition. 2, it helps you see a balanced food. Also, it helps with seeing what you're eating and how much of what, as well as it helps you reduce waste of food, which we're going to get into about that, because when that came to my head about waste food, I just cleaned my refrigerator out. And how many of you, things get pushed to the back, you don't realize it, and you're like, oh, I meant to use that and convert it into another meal, and you're ending up throwing it away. And when I throw things away, that's throwing my money away.
I know, I hate that. I totally hate that.
Today, I now, mind you, this was taken back in 2010, so we're 13 years from that. But in the U.S. alone, there is a 30 to 40% of food supply that is wasted. 1.4 billion tons of food every year. The U.S. discards more food than any other country in this world. It's $161 billion worth of food that goes to waste. Let's stop and think about that. $161 billion that goes to waste. Think about the families that could have been fed with that, right? Or that food being donated to shelters and stuff. Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, though, in the back of your head, this was done in 2010. I could not imagine what that number is
now. And I don't want to be one contributing to that.
Yeah.
However, I do have an option, as if something's a leftover that's not too over bad, you can give it to your chickens.
You can. Yes, you can.
Not if it's growing, a science project on top.
Right.
But yeah, if it looks still pretty decent, you can give it to your chickens.
Right. Yeah, and that's like another thing. If you have chickens, or you can give it to a certain animal that you have, then you should do that too. Then that helps too, and you don't feel so bad. But that I was really blown away by those numbers and statistics when I started
Yeah,
reading.
that's
And
awesome.
you can actually go find all this stuff up. It's all right there in the internet under the what is it called?
FDA, food,
The food. Yep.
FDA, something or
Yep.
other.
Hey, Kathleen. Welcome in, dear. Good
It's
to see you today.
Federal Distribution Act. Federal, is that right? FDA, Federal
I don't
Distribution.
know. I forget. It's the food administration part of it. And welcome in, Bella's Whisper. Today we're just talking about meal planning, menu planning, using stuff. And all this ties back into what Gail and I talked about last week. And we talked about, it's on one of my pages of notes. I'm jumping ahead of myself, so I won't say that yet. So
I like having the items on hand so I don't have to run to the store every day.
Yep.
I don't like to go to the store too much. I really don't. I don't even really look forward to grocery day. I'm like, oh, I got to do groceries. You got to plan the meal and you got to get the stuff and then you got to bring it all in by yourself because hubby's at work, so it's a lot of work. And then you got to put it all up.
Right.
And then a lot of stuff that I buy, I transfer into mason jars because if I buy something that's in plastic, I don't want to leave it in the plastic.
Right.
So I want to try to get it out of its original container into something else. And things like, we don't have cereal very often, but if we do, I like to put it in a jar so it doesn't get stale.
That's one thing. I don't buy cereal anymore in the house. We don't, nobody eats it here.
Literally probably twice a year. Occasionally my mom will give us some.
Okay.
And then my mother-in-law, she gives me stuff too. But I like having the items on hand where I can just throw together a meal, items you've canned or bought or have in the garden. I love being able to have stuff you can just throw together a meal.
Right.
If say you didn't go to the grocery store this week, you can just go in there. Like today, I had chicken thighs. I had Alfredo sauce. I had, Parmesan and butter, and I just made a nice Alfredo sauce and the chicken's in there. And then I'm just going to boil up the rice a little closer to the time of eating.
That's great.
So,
I probably mentioned this too, Gail, and friends that are out there. Another reason to meal planning can help you make healthier choices for not just you, but also for your family.
mm-hmm. Yes.
Maybe it's whether it's just you, or maybe it's you and your husband, or maybe you have children at home. Maybe you can sit down as a family and do it, and each person can pick like their favorite meal and then figure out how you can make that a little bit healthier. Instead of chicken nuggets, right? I'm just saying, I remember those days with kids.
Yes.
I have them in my freezer, so I'm not going to say anything.
Yes. I have the plan, but of course, if I'm out of the items that are on the menu, I try to, this is a standing menu, but there are days when, say I get to Wednesday and it just says it's chicken. So that day, okay, it's chicken. So I got some chicken out and started thawing it. And then I thought of, well, what do I want with that? But anyway,
right.
It saves gas not having to go to the grocery store all the time. I mean, half the time I had to go to the post office twice today. So I went to the post office at like 8:15 or 8:30 and they weren't open yet. The thing wasn't open. So I came back, did some stuff, and went back because I was like, oh, yeah, okay, they open at 9. So I got your seeds mailed.
Oh, thank you, Gail. Thank you.
But it took 2 trips. But I was happy that sometimes it seems like whoever you get at the I don't know what you call the person up there, the clerk, sometimes they charge you more money and sometimes they charge you less money. And it almost is according to whoever's standing up there at the desk.
Well, I know. So the post office where my shop was, um, both the postmasters there, I would come in there and to mail packages to customers. Like for my sister, right? During COVID, I mailed her yeast and all that stuff because she needed it. She'd order stuff from me. But he would always tell me, no, ma'am, you don't want to mail it like this. Cost you too much money. You want to mail it this way, save you more money. So I said, okay, thank you. And I appreciate the postmaster saying that too.
Well, mine would never do that. I got to where now I know first class is the cheapest. And instead of letting them negotiate me into a price that's going to charge me $4 or $5 more, I just say, I'm going to mail this first class. And I just lay it down.
There you go, Jan. I just blew Jan a kiss all the way in Oklahoma. Thank you. Yes. The other reason I feel that meal planning helps is because both Gail and I listed it saves stress because your future self will actually thank you for it because of those nights that maybe you forgot to pull something out or, whatever the case may be. You're like, oh, there's my menu. That's right. That's what we're having. And you can do what you need to do it if you have an Instant Pot or, you know what I mean? Like to put it in something that could cook it pretty fast. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Like this crock pot is really hands off. I put it in there.
Yeah.
I went back and checked it, check it, stir it, turn it over, or whatever. I turn my chicken over in there. I know you probably don't need to do that, but I do to make
I do mine too. I go in there and when I'm using my crock pot, I either stir it up or turn the meat over, whatever I may be cooking. So that's the one thing I want to start doing is learning my Instapot more because as the season gets busier and busier and we're all outside, whether you're in your garden or not, it's just to be outside. I want to be able to have something quickly done, and so my Instapot that I have, I want to be able to utilize that. Why I got those magnets, those cheap magnets from Amazon, and I saw them from Susan. So
another thing along with the meal planning, there are some grain-free crackers and breads and things that I can put together. I can measure out like 4 or 5 bowls of it.
Mm-hmm.
You add a cup of water. So I can measure out several of them and they make for easier side dishes when you're trying to eat healthier. So I try to measure up, like I say, I get out my nice glass Anchor Hawken bowls and fill them all up in the cabinet. And that way I can pull out a quick side if I have one of those.
That would be good.
Where I was maybe working in the garden and got, lost track of time, I was like, let me weed one more section of the garden and then I lose track. This happened last year. I was out in the garden working. Hubby came home from work, no dinner, nothing. I was outside working in the yard, did not even have any concept of time. Oh. That's very unusual, but I must have just really been working hard on something.
You were working hard on something.
Because I don't ever forget, but that day I did.
You know what, Jen? I just don't use it as much as I should. Yesterday, Gail, that we were talking about pressure canning?
I need my Instapot.
Instapot's the same way. I think
my air fryer. I have all these appliances that I bought, that hubby bought for me. I need to use them.
You do. I think maybe we should do a collab with our Instapots.
Yeah, that would be great.
I think that would be a good one, don't you think?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So, another reason to meal plan will be it helps keep you on budget and on track when you go to the grocery store. Gail already mentioned it will help you save money. And I know sometimes, and I'm guilty of it, you guys, I go to the grocery store and I love going grocery shopping. It's one of the things I love to go do. And I'm looking for that deal. Like, what do we need? What's on sale type of thing. And do I really need it? And let me stock up on it because I am a stalker. I like to stock my stuff.
I do that.
And so, okay, Tammy's in for the Instapot collab.
Yeah, that sounds
I
like
know. All right, I'll write it down. Especially just because the busy season's just coming up. 49 and more. The air fryer is awesome.
Yeah, the air fryer is
The
another.
air fryer is awesome.
Use it, but not nearly enough. Hubby and I were talking about how we want to redo our kitchen a specific way. And I told him I want some taller shelves where I can actually put appliances in them. Because sometimes we have to store our appliances type things out in the utility room. And then when I go to use it, it's so dusty. I have to literally wash it, scrub it off.
But I'm the same way. I don't have the room in my kitchen, and I don't like stuff on my countertops. I want everything in a place. So when I decluttered my pantry, which you won't, if you look at it, you won't even be able to tell now. It just doesn't last. I don't understand. Anyhow, I wanted to keep the bottom shelf for like the Instapot, the air fryer, my big mixer and stuff like that. But I don't know what to do with this other stuff.
The mixer, the KitchenAid is too heavy.
I have a Bosch and a KitchenAid.
And I'm really not technically strong enough to be moving that thing around. Okay. I can move it like within the same counter. I can kind of scoot it. Like if I'm making a video, I can scoot it over to be in the right place to make a video. But no, that's not something I can move a lot. It's heavy to me.
Yeah, Jan, I love my Instapot for making yogurt.
I've never made a yogurt in there, but that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yes. I have the ministry part of the craft room done. Now that I have that done, now I'm working on the other part. Hubby's hanging up some hooks for me where I can actually put my ministry bags that are loaded. Just to keep them out of the way, up out of the way and off of the items.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. I just have to finish editing that video, and that'll be just the ministry closet. I'm still working on the actual craft room part.
Nice. So with all that in mind and everything that we talked about, the reasons why we meal plan, how do you meal plan? Do you meal plan for a day? Gail showed she does a week. Do you do a month? Do you do 2 weeks? Do you nowadays with the cost of food, I don't think people are going to the store on a regular basis. I know I've cut out how much I go to the store, but
yeah,
I tend to stock and have stuff anyhow that I don't have to go to the store. Do you know what I mean?
I don't go to the store. I could eat off my pantry for a while.
Yeah. But I do like menu planning for at least the week. Now I'm not perfect at it. I'll be honest with you. Usually what I'll do is make like what the main dish is going to be, and then the sides will come as the week goes on. But if I know what has to get
main dish, but on a couple of them, I kind of gave myself an idea of side dishes. I wrote down broccoli puffs because that's one of and I wrote down there's a cheesy bread. I wrote that down. I wrote the cracker, meaning the grain-free cracker.
Right.
I wrote salad, just to remind myself of some of the common things that I eat when I'm trying to follow my healthy eating plan.
Right.
So,
and those are just some of the things that I just,
on that one day I did that. I gave myself ideas on that one day.
Got you. That's very nice. So do you menu plan if you're there? Can you guys just tell me yes or no that you menu plan in the comments, please?
I may do 1 week of this menu, and then the next week I may do something else. If I start running out of things, like Taco Tuesday is probably going to stay Taco Tuesday because I probably always have that stuff. But yeah, I mean, week 1 is this, week 2 is kind of free for all. And then I'm kind of back and forth on it. Just so we don't get tired of things. Really, a month would be great because then you wouldn't get tired of that week's stuff.
Yeah, it's, you know what, it's coming up. You know what it is? It's that creativity of what am I going to fix tonight, and to create different meals instead of the same meals. week after week. I think that's where
like today, I
have
decided to
issues
be
with.
creative and do a concoction. I call it, and my husband loves the concoctions, but of course, I don't usually repeat them because they just happen to be what's on hand that day. So,
Yeah, and I like what P&J says, and I've done this many times myself. I'll plan out, and I'm like, well, if it's a night where it was just a rough day, I'll go to like the easy meal, right? And fix that easy meal. Example, weekends are here. There's yard work, there's garden. You're doing stuff. You're busy. You're tired. The last thing you want to do is come in and cook a big dinner. And honestly, my go-to on those types of nights are grilled cheese sandwiches and soup.
yeah,
And I try to get that in on the weekends.
yeah.
Now, if
I have that one frozen item that I pretty much have 2 frozen items I buy every payday. That's my cauliflower pizza because it's an easy thing to do on Sundays. And I also buy steamed broccoli.
steamed broccoli. Yep.
They're my 2 freezer items that I purchase. I don't purchase a lot of the packaged food, but I do
Neither
have
do
my
we.
broccoli, and I have to have that easy meal, and that pizza is really good for that. I like to have more than one in the freezer. That way, if I have one of those rough days that you're talking about, if nothing else, I can pull that out and then go grab
Right.
some lettuce and make a quick salad and have pizza and salad for
Right. And along with meal planning,
Fairbanks studio. Welcome in.
and that, you know what though, Kathleen, I think that's a really great thing too. You already kind of know what you have and that you're doing it. Meal planning is, let me just plan out these things. Like P&J said, you don't have to hold yourself like, oh, Monday night I got to have roast, and Tuesday I have to have tacos, and Wednesday is pasta. And it's having it just written down. So
What you're gonna have, but not the specific day you're
looking at. And just being able to go and pull that out and prep it, for that day.
You're just writing it on a note card to make yourself to where if you're having a stressful day, it's easy to have it all written down where you can just walk up and take the note card and say, okay, what's today?
Right.
Today's,
Yeah.
What's left that I haven't made yet? Like in your case, if you've written a week's worth, you can say, okay, well, I haven't done this one yet. Hello, Monica Lynn. Welcome in.
Hey, Monica. And then there is that Fair Brick Studios. Did I say that right? I hope so. Welcome in.
Yes.
Nice to see you. I know you're a new name to me.
Yeah, I refer to the Fair Bricks Studio as part of the Tuber Chat community.
Is that it?
That's the category I put them in.
I see.
I don't know what category they go in. That's where I put them because that's where I always see them.
Okay, hold on. Usually raw meat is Monday through Wednesday, so I don't have to freeze. Interesting.
Oh, so you eat off of the same meat for 3 days so that you use it up? Is that what you're saying, Jerry?
No, I'm thinking it's raw. Is it cooked? I don't think, is it, when I think of raw, I think of not cooked, but I don't know. And that can lead us into another thing. How many of you here do you like batch cooking? I've done it. I have breakfast stuff out there that I need to use. I did croissant sandwiches with eggs and sausage and cheese. But I will very much, and I have videos on it where I will just get out Ziploc bags of chicken, and I will just make up different marinades and place all the chicken in there. So when it comes time to what am I going to have? Oh, let's just pull this chicken out. Well, it's already marinated, so I don't really have to do anything about it.
Yes.
And just
my lunches. I do that for my lunches. I'll take out chicken thighs and I'll cut them in little bite-sized pieces. It takes a lot of work, but it makes it easy for that day. I put some in barbecue, maybe some in teriyaki, maybe some in some kind of taco flavor.
Yes.
And that way each day I can have a fajita, but a different flavor of chicken fajita.
Yeah.
So I have done that.
Jerry of 49 More, he says he buys groceries on Mondays and he cooks it in the beef for 3 days. That's what he was referring to.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I know when you get deer meat, it comes in 2-pound packages. And I always hated that because I'm like, I don't cook that much meat at one time.
I know, Monica, we tend to all get really hungry because we always seem to end up on food somewhere in these lives. Yeah. So that's kind of where I go. So if you batch cook anything, I would love to get some new ideas. I love to marinate the chicken and have that ready. I love having breakfast batches ready, maybe casseroles or something like that you can, aside from lasagna.
I need to. My mom's batch makes lasagna because she's by herself. So she'll make one and then she'll package it up in containers. So yeah, I think that's a really good idea. I've done it with you take biscuits and you get out your cheese slices and maybe you fry up some eggs and cut them in half and you make up like breakfast sandwiches. So it's like ham, cheese, egg, and then on a biscuit. And you have that in either one or two of each. And then you can pull it out and just microwave it for that week. So probably when I do that, I need to do that.
I did that with the croissants that I had. I had gone to Costco and I had like leftover croissants and I was, well, before these go moldy, I need to do something. And I thought, let's make breakfast sandwiches on a croissant, right?
That sounds good.
They're very good. I've even done a quiche and once it's cooked, divide it up and wrap it up and stick it in the freezer. So, if we have to get up and go one morning, like on church morning or something, I can just take it out the night before, thaw it and heat it up and keep it that simple in the morning for church.
I love making quiche. I've made a breakfast quiche and I've made a ham and cheese quiche. Those are the two main ones that I make. That was one of my best recipes last year, was my breakfast quiche. I made it for Blackberry Rock Homestead was doing like a pie November thing. And so everybody was making sweet pie. As I said, I'm going to make a dinner pie,
Yeah. Yeah. So let me ask, I saw Sherry, if you're still there, tell us treasures. Hey, Simple Things with Tammy, welcome in. Tell me how you meal prep. And what are the things that you do to make your life a little easier? Let me see. Monica's saying something. Here we go. Yeah. Yes, you tell us treasures. How do you meal prep?
Me.
Because I called her out.
Yeah,
she was probably busy doing something with her candles. Like she's creating something new with her candles that she'll be posting. So I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I saw she did that cooking video with shrimp.
And did you see that? And she used her Instapot. My sister's a big Instapot user. That I can tell you. I know. See, Tammy, so do I. So
ideas for dinner.
One of the things, hi, bud. One of the things I have to start doing is the Mediterranean diet. My doctor wants me to go on that. So, and I look through the cookbook. I have the book, and there's a lot of great recipes. And when I start using them, I'll let you know and I'll share them with you because it's just stuff that's different that I wouldn't necessarily cook, come up with on my own, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I did if you haven't done one, a chicken tetrazzini is absolutely the best. I don't like olives, so I won't be eating olives, nor will I be eating any fish on this diet. So I've changed. I've changed. I haven't eaten beef in like a week. So weird.
We usually just have beef once a week.
Yeah, I've been doing ground turkey, and then last night was a gluten-free pasta.
Yeah, I use that Bonza pasta. That's the one
I have heard of the Mississippi pot roast, and I've heard it's very good.
I love pot roast.
And I've never made it.
You've never made a pot roast or the Mississippi pot?
The Mississippi one.
I'll have to look that up.
So there's the way my sister kind of does her thing. So did I, simple things with Tammy. So she says that she's working. Sometimes she'll think about it at night while I'm cooking and pull chicken and marinate it and make rice or a salad or veggies. Tonight, I don't know what I'm having. I haven't thought through. Yeah, that's okay.
I'm going to look that up, Mississippi pot roast, and see what that is. I have an old fashioned.
Oh, are you talking about my link? Can somebody, one of my mods, get my link, please, and post it? Thank you.
Oh yes, simple things with Tammy. I found her in Living My Best Life at 60 earlier, and
Yes,
I and visited her from Gale Southern Living and from Broken Hearts Ministry.
Gotcha.
And so she's brand new.
That's awesome.
So
that really is.
It's always good to make a new friend. So
I didn't give any shout outs today.
Yeah. Do you want to do some?
Well, not yet, because I truly haven't had a chance to go, and I met these people through, I forget where it was. Let me ask you this, friends, if and you, Gail, and you're my friend too, but anybody else on chat. So Gail, I was with you last night, and when we were finished, I was going through my email later in the evening, and I was gifted a membership to a place.
To a channel?
Yes. Something storyteller. I'm trying to find it. Do you know?
Storyteller Donnie?
Yes.
Oh, he's monetized now?
Do you know who he is?
Yeah. They live in Tennessee. That's Joy and Donnie.
Okay, yeah.
And I got to meet them about 2 years ago.
Gotcha. So yeah. And I thought that was really nice. Like, hey, I don't even know who this person is, and I wanted to ask. So
yeah, it's Joy.
Okay.
Into our chat, Smoky Mountain Blessed is her main channel. She has Smoky Mountain Nature. Then her husband has the channel Story.
Okay. I know who they are now. You said Smoky Mountain Blessed. Like, okay.
I didn't know Donnie was monetized now, but I'm really happy for him. That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Glad to see some folks growing. That's always good. Yeah, Tina and I have monetizing our channels, and that's why we're doing these lives together, is to try to gain some watch time for both of our channels.
Yeah, it's just life at the Piedmont, and I'll leave you up there. Thank you, Sherry, for putting that up there for me. I appreciate it. Appreciate you.
Thank you for Tammy for going by and making
friends. I appreciate it. Yeah, you have to drop me a note, because I will go to anybody's channel and support them and love on them and watch their videos. I'll tell you, 49 and more has been just a really great supporter of my channel, and he's really helped me out with some watch hours, and I've been watching his channels, and so I try to get to people's channels.
He's very supportive. Been friends with him at least 2 years, if not more.
Yeah. So he used to have another channel too, right?
He did. Yeah, he did.
So, yeah. So anyhow, back to the whole planning thing. You have to do really what works best for you and your family, but I do encourage you to maybe take one day a week. Maybe that's on your day of rest, if you do such a thing like that, and say, I'm not going to do anything, but maybe you just sit down with that paper and pen and start just like, hey, what are we going to have for dinner this week? Make it a fun thing. Maybe everybody puts an idea in a hat and you draw out and we'll go, okay, there's one dinner that night, and you get to do that. So that sounds like a fun thing to do.
Yeah, like spaghetti. If I ever ask my husband if he wants spaghetti, he always picks the other thing. Like if I say tacos or spaghetti, he always says tacos or, whatever. But
I'll go live with you, Bella.
If I make spaghetti and I just give it to him, he eats it like it's, like it's a bowl of ice cream or something. So I don't know what it is with spaghetti, but.
Hey, Bella, email me and, you can come live up here too with Gail and I on a Wednesday afternoon if you're available.
That'd be awesome.
I'm setting up the lives here for Gail and I. So there's my email address. Feel free to email me and we'll set you up. If not, I will be more than happy to come over to your channel and do a live with you if it helps you just kind of ease into it. I know that feeling. So you're not talking to the air, right?
Yeah, I know when I used to go live, I used to have to take a deep breath every time and be like,
right.
And then I'd hit the button.
Whoops. What did I do? There you go. So if you got that down, yeah, I look forward to hearing from you if you want. So yeah, that's one of the things that I think we were doing. Thanks, Jan, for putting up Jerry's thing. Please go check out Jerry at 49 and More. He's rebuilding his channel. I don't know exactly what happened to his other channel, and I don't need to know, but go help and support. He really does a lot of great things over on his channel, from building structures. He just built a structure for the pigs and the hogs, and it's pretty cool what he does. And he planted, gosh, I don't know how many peas and beans and stuff the other day, but yeah, go give him a check out over there.
Yep, he's even done some cooking videos in the past.
Yeah, he has. I watched him do an unboxing of a new crock pot.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like he might be, well, I don't know. I don't know if he does all the cooking, but he does some of the cooking.
Yeah, which I think is great. Yeah. What else did I have to talk about today?
Hello, Victoria G. Welcome in.
Yeah, I think we already talked about using the importance of, if you can do this, it's hard. I know it's hard because I do it. Hey, Victoria, welcome in. Try and keep a running inventory of the items that you have. You'll be really surprised on what you have in your home and how much you don't need to go spend at the store. Guys, I mean, the grocery store is killing me here. You go to the store and it's like $80 and you're walking out with nothing. That doesn't even include meat, right? Like,
if you're trying to eat something healthy, you're really going to have a hard time because they charge even more money for that type food.
So. Awesome. Look at you, Monica. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know what? I'm going to do, now look, I don't know what I did with it. My brain, if my head wasn't attached some days, guys, I'm telling you, I would not remember where it was.
Yeah, we're not friends with Simply Jan Homestead. She put up her link, so go by.
Yeah, put up Jan's link as well.
Jan put up her link and she wrote shameless plug.
No, shameless plug. Then there's Tella Treasures, which is my sister. She's a candle maker, and she makes her own candles that started in memory of her dog that passed away on Christmas of this past year. So now she has a candle business, and she likes
her dog passed away on Christmas.
Yes.
Oh man,
it was terrible. And she had just taken her baby to see Santa Claus.
Oh really?
Yeah. I'll be right back. I need to check something.
Okay.
Hold the fort down.
Hold the fort down. I'm holding the fort down. So what are you guys having for dinner tonight? Like I said, I'm going to have chicken with Alfredo sauce. I'm going to put it over rice and make a side of broccoli, steamed broccoli on the side. So that's what I'm having. This picture is not my own sunflower, but I do grow some sunflowers. Now, Grow Big TV has these really cool challenges out. Hashtag Grow Big 24. $100 prize. So my best chance of winning is on my mammoth sunflowers, because last year I did actually get about maybe a 10 or 12 foot sunflower. So I have that. Of all the ones that they're having, zucchini and mammoth sunflowers, I have the best chance at. I've never grown beets before, and I already have something eating the leaves off of those. So not feeling really hopeful on the beets right now. And then my onions aren't doing great either.
I'm doing the
Pepper.
mammoth.
Yeah.
So you know what? I overwintered my onions and I can't get over how beautiful they're looking. I almost want to go and pull one just to see the size of it. I don't know. I mean, I really tried to loosen up the soil for them to grow. We'll see what happens. We'll see.
$100 prize. That is a very generous prize.
Yeah. I'm going to grow the mammoth one too.
Times 6. So each one of those is $100. So that's $600. Not to mention the second and third prizes on each one.
Thanks, Jan.
All that shipping. I don't know how Joe's going to do all that. That seems too much. If I win it, I'm just going to tell him to keep it, because that's too much money. He needs to spend it on Joey or something.
Yeah.
Take a day off, Joe. Here's $100. Take a half an hour off and rest, guy. Okay, rest.
I don't think that's in him.
No, it's not.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, they're really a lot like that in New England area, and I lived in Rhode Island for a while, so they're all very, very driven, and they don't just settle for what they have. They are just. It's crazy. It's crazy. And they're so
I can tell you, living on West Coast and East Coast, it is completely different. The West Coast, it truly is more laid back. In the East Coast, it's hard at times. I'm not going to lie. It's hard. Thank you, Jan.
Yep. So I didn't get to do any gardening today or yesterday because it's been raining and wet and soppy. And actually this morning it was a little bit breezy. I actually have a jacket on.
Yeah. We're in the 70s. It drizzled this morning, but I worked with.
It might be brighter outside. Maybe I can go out there and just piddle around.
Yeah.
I like to go out right after a really good rain to see how much certain things have shot up, you know. That's one thing I love to do, go out there and see, okay, you go out there and things have grown 2 more inches. You're like, oh, look.
No, Jan, he doesn't rest. And I just think a lot of that has to do, it's his story to tell. But I think a lot of it has to do with what they went through with their son.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're supposed to get rain, I think, tomorrow. But yeah. So, hey, I for all the new people here that are going to be new to my channel that have subscribed, I am doing an open collaboration. I just posted a video of it. It's called Grow It, Cook It, hashtag Grow It, Cook It. It's going to start in May as soon as I can start harvesting from my garden. And it's going to be basically about you grow it, you cook it, film it on, film a video, make a video of how you are going to harvest it and how you're going to cook it in your home. You don't have to have a big garden. You can have a balcony. It doesn't matter. It's just you can grow food wherever you live.
One of the channels that joined the Garden Tour Club actually is growing on a balcony. I think it's called Broke and Bountifully Blessed.
Oh, nice.
She is going to grow on her balcony.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was really excited to see that because, you know, lots of people have huge fields they can plant stuff in. And then some people have a really backyard like me, really big backyard. I could do more, but there's not enough people here to eat it. So really, I've planted too much for 2 people, technically.
Well, yeah, but I will preserve and can mine as well,
I
though.
can maintain it by myself, though, so I have to keep
Right.
it within reason.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
even if we don't consume it, I grow it to preserve it. I mean, we'll eat some of it, but I do grow to preserve it. So, hey, I had rain here like for no, that was Jamie. It 3 to 4 days in a row. It was I mean, I'm thankful for it because we were in such a drought last year. So, I'm not going to complain when it rains, but I was ready for it to become a little sunny.
yeah.
Hey, Suburban Hillbilly, welcome in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Could do more, but then I have to be the one weeding it, watering it, harvesting it. So
Yep.
hubby will water it like if I go out of town for a little while, and he does like to come out and pick things, but he's afraid to pick certain things because he doesn't want to be like, if I'm trying to grow it into a giant, which I'll have to tell him that, I'm trying to grow a giant zucchini, so don't pick this thing. You know what I mean?
I don't think I have those zucchini, the black beauties. I used to have the seeds, but I don't have the seeds
I
anymore.
think you could also use Fort Hook. Fort Hook or black beauty.
I don't have those either.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Christy, we've been talking about meal planning, and if you meal plan and the benefits for meal planning, and just trying to keep the stress out of your life of figuring if you know what to make for dinners.
Yeah.
You know what I really need is lunches. I get so stuck on what to make for lunch. Like,
yeah, me too. Because it's me by myself. I don't know what to make. I'm like,
I know.
What do I do? It's just me.
I make breakfast every morning, and so my husband usually will eat his breakfast for lunch.
Sometimes I just have yogurt because it's easy. I'm like, why get dishes messy just for me,
Right.
That's kind
of like I didn't even eat lunch today. But I had some popcorn.
Like have a chop up and really wash really good the apple. I mean, I literally wash my apple with warm water now because I'm so paranoid.
I
don't want to spend my whole entire life not eating an apple either. So,
apple a day keeps the doctor away.
So anyway,
it is. You know what? I never think about eating oatmeal for lunch, but thank you, Nancy.
Yeah. You're at home by yourself. You can eat whatever you want. Like my mom, she'll just eat whatever. And my mother-in-law, same thing. Both of them are by themselves and they just eat whatever. They'll get frozen items and have like chicken strips or macaroni and cheese or just fish sticks, and because it's hard to open a can of green beans, or it's just hard to do anything for one person. That's why when she makes lasagna, she does batch freezing and she freezes single portions of it for herself.
Right.
So that, she leaves out about 3 nights and then she freezes the rest of it.
Christy says she hauls water up to wash, so it's really easy to just eat a sandwich instead of something healthy. Well, I mean, the sandwich isn't too bad.
Yeah. Put signs up, do not pick. Yeah. Yeah, the squash is going to be, because the squash and the mammoth sunflowers are, now my problem with the mammoth sunflowers is going to be, it gets very windy here in Texas. And one of them is on a fence that's pretty tall. The other one's on a shorter fence. I have one more set of mammoth sunflowers to plant. I think I'm going to plant them on the very back fence. There's an area back there that's a little bit wild. I think I'm going to start putting some dirt over there to grow some. Because I want to grow some of Ryan's from Heavenly Hills Homestead. I want to grow some of them by themselves, so I know they're specifically seeds he sent me. That way I could tell him, hey, look, here's your sunflowers and they got. And I won the Mama Sunflower challenge with Grow Big TV. No.
Excuse me.
But I could win.
I could win too.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah. So if you're interested in joining those collabs, go over to Joe Grow Big TV, watch it, the videos he has on it, and let him know.
Yeah, I think it's cool just to participate. So I'm participating.
Yeah,
cool to participate because I'm participating in Grow Big 24, Survival Seeds 24.
Too much.
Also my own collab. Garden Tour Club.
Right.
Weird Container Growing 24, which is the longest hashtag ever. Don't ask me why I did one so long, but.
So next week, Blue has kindly accepted our offer to come back again and join us. We were so looking forward to that. She was excited, and the glitch today happened. And so, yeah. Hey, Dee's Garden Adventures, welcome in.
About ready to go to sleep now.
Who?
Blue. Because she said it was.
Yeah, she didn't respond to me. So, because she had made the comment like it was because she gets up at like 2 a.m. or something. She gets up really early. So
she didn't stay up that early. She got up that early.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yep, we're gonna have her next week, Suburban Hillbilly. She was supposed to come today, but we were unable to stream using our streaming software for some reason. There was a glitch. It was out for an hour. So.
Yep. Wow, it didn't even seem that long, but I guess it was.
It was. So we're looking forward to hearing from her and things and happenings in the UK and what's going on in her life and what she does. That will be really interesting. Time to do some more homework then.
She's got some good, we got another week to do our homework.
Yep.
More time. I had written down some questions for her, and I'm going to save these on the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Do you want me to save the shout outs for next week, or do you want
if you don't mind, and we can do a good list of shout outs.
Okay.
Hey, does anybody have any questions or any input you would like to address about meal planning and about batch cooking? We would love to hear it. The more we talk and collaborate, the more we're better, right? As a community, we help each other out.
That batch cooking, and maybe once I get down how to do meat. The reason I didn't end up joining the Budget Preppers collaboration is I didn't really know how to, like, if I was going to do a soup mix, how do you do the meat for that?
What?
Meals in a jar. So how do people do the meat for the meals in a jar?
Well, you don't. You would add it later.
That's what was throwing me off. I'm like, well, how do I do the meat? I'm not dehydrating the meat.
So I did this year. I can. It's called, in the new bulk canning, it's called pot roast in a jar. And you put carrots in the beef, like the stew meat and stuff like that. And onion. And you can it, right? And I did, but it's really easy because I can just dump it out and then I can add more vegetables to it to turn it into like a vegetable beef soup and add the rest of the seasonings that I want to add in it. So it was really easy. It was really easy to go ahead and can. And that was on my list this year to do, was to be canning some more soups. And sadly I didn't get to it. I have a Ziploc bag. It's a big, I have frozen stuff in there I need to eat. It's corn, because I was going to use it for soups and stuff and just haven't done it. I have a list of things. I'm going to continue on canning with a purpose this year. And the things that I didn't get to this last growing season, I will get to this year. But I don't know about you, friends. Hold on. I don't know. I wasn't a part of the collab, but I've never. You could do that, right? Can your meat and then dehydrate vegetables in two different. I understand what she's saying.
Yeah, at the time, I was just really stressed out because my father-in-law had just passed away, and I just couldn't wrap my head around how to do the meat for it. So that's why I didn't end up entering that one, and I really felt bad. I was like,
no, you can't. You can't do it everything. You can't. That's just not possible. You have to pick and choose, and you have to, when you learn how to say no, thank you, I appreciate it, then
yeah, sometimes
you're better for it. You know what I mean?
It's not in your lane, or they're above your ability, or it could be anything. You can't afford to buy the ingredients right now, or you can't come up with something at the time, or you're too stressed out, or you have too many collabs already, because that's definitely a thing. And when you get involved with groups, you can get yourself locked into quite a bit of stuff. And the hardest thing for me is these collaborations where you have to do it on a specific day, because then I get very stressed out. So I try to do it a week ahead and schedule it so I know it's done. That way, if something happens, I can always have time to redo the video.
Right.
Instead of if you do it the day before or the day of, you got some serious problems.
My son's mowing the front yard for us.
Yeah, I like dehydrating, but I need a new dehydrator.
Yeah, I dehydrate. I see. I've got blueberries, cranberries, peppers, tomatoes. Yeah, I mean, and I use it. Like today, the video. I'm still not done with the video for a collab. It needs to go out, and I have church, but I just have to upload it now to YouTube.
Yeah.
I'll do that when I'm away at church tonight. So, but I love dehydrating. I have that great cookbook about dehydrating, and I want to do a lot more. One of the things is I want to dehydrate potatoes this year, so I can make my own, au gratin potatoes or something like that. Keeping it simple. So that's on the list. And so. Any questions for Gail or myself? I know you're not. You've been encouraged to start a YouTube channel, Suburban Hillbilly. That I know.
Yeah, that would be good. You should do it. You have a lot of people you could ask questions, One good test of a good of a supportive YouTube channel is when you go into their lives and they answer your questions. Because I remember when I used to go into lives and I would ask very specific questions. What editing system do you use? What this, what that? And people would not answer you like it was a secret. And I'm like, why are you hiding it? Just help people out.
And Suburban Hillbilly, you have a lot of information to share with people. That's what it's about too. And I bet you're more interesting than you give yourself credit for. Sorry.
Finally, someone answered me, and that's the same editing program I'm using now.
Oh, so good.
I kept asking the question until somebody answered me, and I just needed a title, a name, so I could go onto onto the Play Store and order that app on my phone.
Right.
And then I figured out how to use it on my own with time. So, but yeah, I needed that kind of help, and so.
Yeah, it's I mean, the group that I've been connected with now is more helpful than ever. I remember that feeling where you just want some guidance. Hey, I'm not trying to be you. I don't want to be you, but can you just maybe just steer me into the direction?
Yeah. And I know some people probably thought I was trying to mimic them at the beginning, but I'm like, no, I think you're doing a good job, and I want to know how you're doing it. Not, like you said, not to copy you, but I just need some help, and I need somebody to help me. And so I kept asking questions until I found people that were supportive enough to answer.
Right. And that's what
it's relentless like that. I just kept asking until I got help.
Well, that's all you can do, right? Somebody keep knocking, right? So we are, my women's study starts tomorrow night. We're going to be studying the book of Hebrews. So we'll see how that goes.
So if you have any questions, you can email them to me or to Tina, and we can answer your questions about YouTube or anything else, really.
So here's Gail's email. You want to jot it down?
If say we missed a comment in the lives, because it's easy to do and people don't do it on purpose. But if we missed a question or a comment that you wanted to make, you can always email those and we'll try to answer that question in the email and maybe also on the live.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like some people don't want you to get better. And I want people to get better. I want people to succeed.
But even today during the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, Susan's live, I mean, Kathleen is the first one. She's like, no, this is how you get the free music on YouTube. And then she puts it to her phone. And she was really...
I heard her say that.
Yes. She's really helpful with that.
I didn't know you could do that because, see, I've been using the same program for so long. I'm tired of the music. I don't want to change my system, but I do want to change some of the music. I want to have a little bit of variety, and it would be nice to have a way to get some other music.
Yeah, Jerry, I use iMovie, and I mean, it's taken me a while to figure out iMovie, but I'm at a point now where I know how to edit. I know how to cut my video, and slice it and everything. And I've gotten pretty decent at that. So, and I found it to be really easy now. And if I didn't have anybody here to, help me. So I literally I Googled it or went up on YouTube and tried to do it. So, typed in a question like, how do you do this? And if something came up, I'd go watch.
I used to only know how to edit the beginning or the end of a video. But now I figured out in Video Guru, you can do a split and you can take off a piece. Say if you say something, you're like, oh, that sounds really stupid, and you want to take it out, boom. Or you sneezed, or maybe you farted. I don't know. You did something really stupid, so you want to take it out. you want to take it out. So
if you don't use an iPhone, there are people up here. So Bella's Whisper Farm, she says they use Clipchamp. I've never heard of that, but I'm going to write it down.
Haven't heard of that.
Because I like to go learn different editing tools. You use, what do you use, Gail?
Video Guru, because I have an Android phone. Yeah, okay. I use Video Guru. Let me type it in the chat, Victoria G.
I also found too that do you have an iPhone, Jerry?
Okay. Photo Play.
So my sister has an Android and she uses Photo Play.
I don't know that one.
If you have an iPhone, what you do is you go up to the video when you have the video and you're editing it. When you upload it, you go into the video and you take your cursor and you move it over to the side. So here's your video. Okay. This is your video. If you're using iMovie, there's your cursor and it's like yellow or something. If you come over to the video and you put it right here, then you right mouse click on it. And it gives you the option to cut, split, delete, or whatever. And that's where I don't cut it out. I always just split it. So I know if I need to cut it out or not, or if it doesn't flow right, I can do something with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like my garden tour videos could be in 10 or 20 different pieces. and I just put them together in the program. And then if I need to edit, like if I'm doing a cooking video and I'm by myself, I have to edit my coming in and leaving the video. So, but yeah, if Victoria G, if you do end up with the Video Guru and you have questions, you can email me and I'll answer your questions. Or a lot of times I even get on the phone with people and try to help them.
I can try and help, Jerry, but I'll tell you this: if you Google, literally go into YouTube, and you will. What's the name of the channel? Think
Media.
Think Media. They are really great tutorial ones out there to help you out, and I would encourage you to check out Think Media. They're really good. Night, Christy. Have a good night. Thanks for coming in.
I've watched some of their videos.
You're welcome. That's what we're here for. We're here to help and support.
So you're welcome to email me and I'll answer your questions. A lot of my friends that I have that I hang out with, either they helped me with something or I helped them with something. And that's how we got to be friends, based on me helping them with something. I don't have all the knowledge or tons and tons of knowledge, but I have more knowledge than a person just starting. And a lot of stuff, I just play with it until I figure it out.
And that's how Gail and I became friends. Literally, we just started, I don't even know when it was. And we said we both started helping out each other with watch hours, and then we just became friends, and now we do lives every week. Mm-hmm. So it's that simple. But I'm probably going to have to get going. I still have to do dinner and get ready for church.
Me too. I want to try to work on a few ministry bags before hubby gets home. And I don't really have to do anything for dinner except the rice because my chicken's already in the crock pot. So,
well, we just got in over an hour and like 16, 17 minutes today, but
that's good. That'll help our watch time go up some. So
yeah, trial by error. That if you don't make a mistake, you're never going to learn from it. Yes. Thanks, Jerry, for coming in. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I have a lot of videos that still have mistakes in them. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not an expert editor or whatever. Even if I get better, I'm never going to be perfect because sometimes I don't really want to listen to the video over again to hear my voice. I'm like, oh.
Right. Thanks, Tellus Treasures.
Like nails on a chalkboard. I don't know how any of you listen to me.
You're so funny. You're so funny. Have a great day, P&J. All right. I hope you have a good rest of your day and that the rain lets up for you to get out to your garden. Be blessed. And we'll come back and we're going to talk about more menu planning next week and see what everybody comes up with. Maybe we can trade ideas.
Yeah.
And Blue should be here next week too.
Yes.
All right. Be blessed, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you all for coming in. Have a good day. Happy growing.
Happy growing.